Hello and welcome along to another episode of this FM22 story, The Head Coach, with me, Daniel. If I've done my maths right, we're back for part 75 today, and we've got what I would say are our first big tests since joining Manchester United. We're going triple header. We've come back slightly early to play last season's champions and Manchester rivals City, managed by Vincent Kompany, and then back-to-back games against Arsenal, first in the Carabao Cup and then in the Premier League. They're the league leaders. They've won every game so far. These games are going to be massive for us. So if you want to find out how we get on, please do chuck a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe down below for daily FM22 content. There's links to the other playlists in the eye above. And of course, yesterday, to celebrate FA Cup week, we had a return of Review the 92. And that was Salford, a club that's unofficially linked to Manchester United due to the class of 92 being in charge. So you can find that one up in the eye above as well. Thank you as always for your incredible support. But let's reflect on a couple of games we've played off camera and then go straight into the three. So since you were last with me, we have had a 2-1 victory away at Leeds. Very tight one. We went down to 10 men because we picked up an injury after making our 3 subs, but we did hold on after goals from Amponza and a Bruno Fernandes penalty. You can write all your own jokes in the comments for that one. And then a 6-1 win at Astana with a rotated side. An own goal, Jaloka to Zolis, Voloshin with 2, and Marcus Rashford getting 1 as well. So all going very well. But if you look at those sides we've played so far, we haven't had any of the massive teams. It is a fair comment. Today, we faced 2 of them in 3 games. Let's see how we compete. One quick bit of news off the transfer screen as well. Alvaro Fernandez, who was linked with the move away on deadline day, did eventually go to Shakhtar for 25 million. So we've made a little bit of money back, and now we understand why the other left back was bought in. They're going to be tested today though. It's the Manchester derby. So all of the focus now is on competing at the top of the Premier League. We've got a perfect record. City just 2 points off it. Only our former side Crystal Palace have held them so far. But let's pick our 11 for today's big Manchester derby. We'll be back in a minute to run through it. Right then, we're going to get a real test of the squad this week, aren't we? The plan is first team for the 2 league games. We will rotate against Arsenal. Hopefully it won't cost us too much. But our 11 for today is Meslier between the sticks. First experience of a Manchester derby for him. Same for Bivarte and for Bassone, the 2 deadline day signings in the defence. Inacio and Gaia are alongside them. Aponza, another summer signing, getting his first Manchester derby experience alongside Hannibal. And then the front 4, little bit more well-versed, little bit more experienced. Yakubu, Fernandes and Sancho, the attacking midfield 3. Watch that aerial threat of Yakubu again. And then Kylian Mbappe up front. We know the quality he's got, but he's not quite hit the ground running this season. Into the game we go though. I've bottled it and put a keeper on the bench too. Let's hope we can avoid defeat. It's 11 changes from the Europa Conference game for us in midweek. Look at the City side. It's the battle of the strikers, Mbappe v Haaland. They've got Sterling still going strong. Camavinga's a class player. Bremner's the best left back in the world, maybe bar Pavati. Then Ruben Diaz and Ederson still going strong. Quality on the bench, quality in the 11. They've signed Teo from Crystal Palace, who's now their sub left back too. So a familiar name in the squad. Tariq Lamptey, a sub on the other side. But let's just ask the lads to do it for the fans. Into the first half, our first big test. Hopefully, we can keep that defensive record strong. Ederson on the edge of his own box, not trying to rush it out like you would do normally. He's going to go long here, I think. Takes an absolute age. Over the top to Haaland. We've not been done by a straight ball. Bassone wins the first challenge. The second one from Aspizo, the striker, is brilliant. But Meslier tips it onto the bar. It's cleared away. City are dominant. I don't know if going attacking is smart here. I'm going to drop to balance for 10 minutes. Just try and see things out. As Bassone picks it up to Gaia at the back. It's the first game we wouldn't expect to dominate too, isn't it? As Gaia back to Bassone. Not the best time to be integrating a new back 4 as well, is it? And you can see them almost getting caught out there. It does find Pavati on the left though, to Hannibal. Into Bruno Fernandes and Mbappe. This is where we can work on the counter, but the pass through isn't good enough. And I know he scored 3 goals already, but Mbappe's really disappointed me so far. Not shown that quality on the ball, not been clinical enough. I'm a little bit worried about him, as City are on the attack. Down the right they come, with Jose Gomez. To Obispo again. The man who had that shot from distance earlier. He's got his right back coming in. Kaiser on the edge. Great effort that is. Off the post. Haaland hits the post as well. I don't know how he misses that rebound. It's somehow still 0-0, but this is all City. Well, 10 minutes to the break. We've got the ball in the middle with Yakubu. Aponza goes long to Sancho on the left to release him. Back to the edge to Bruno Fernandes. Sancho into Mbappe. He's missed another one. Then he hits the post with a second. He's really starting to frustrate me. City's expected goals is over 1.5 now, which just shows you how well we've done to be 0-0, as Haaland has missed another sitter too. And it looks like as a result of that, it's going to be goalless at half time. And if anything, we got stronger as the half went on. There's another big game at the top, Liverpool Spurs, taking place today. But for us, 0-0 is a fabulous outcome. As we're back 8 minutes into the second half, Ederson with a big ball forward. Obispo wins it again. Haaland beats the sliding challenge. And Meslier does fantastically. Bassone's really struggling back there today. His rating's good, but I'm not quite sure why. As Yakubu down for Fernandes, nearly an hour on the clock. And Mbappe right, he's giving it away again. Just keep the blimmin' ball, will you? Honestly, it's not that difficult. Long ball forward from City. We're going to lose another header. Pavati gets up second time. Over the top to Haaland. It's oh so easy. How many times are we going to get done over the top? Honestly. And with an hour gone, we can't complain. We've been done by the straight ball several times. Let's make some subs in this team. We're going to take off, I think, Hannibal and Amponza, who are both struggling a little bit. I'm going to bring on Jaloka, who will go in as the box-to-box for Amponza. I'm going to take off the right-back Gaia, who is struggling with injury, and Frimpong will replace him. And I know we're not strong enough in centre mid, really, but I'm going to go Agumbi for Hannibal. I don't see us getting back into it. We are a little light in centre mid without Barrea, but we've got a chance now with Frimpong the sub. Throw on the right to Fernandes, up into the box. There's not really that precise cutting edge that we saw in the last game against Leicester on camera. As Agumbi goes left to Pavati. Agumbi again. We have got to bear in mind we're introducing new signings, particularly in defence. But can we nick a point? Mbappe shot blocked to Sterling. Heads away to Haaland. I mean, they're leaving two up there and it's just ruining us. We cannot compete with it. Haaland puts another ball in. Obispo at the back post headed away. And it falls for Sancho on the left, who comes over halfway. Got Mbappe up with him. I think he was offside. Sure, he'll put this one away now. Of course, he finishes the one where he's offside. Absolutely infuriating. There's no way this goal stands. It is disallowed. And why? Why in this year's game do they always finish the ones that are offside? Well, to make things worse, Kylian Mbappe has now picked up a slight muscle knock. Not what we want with 10 minutes left. But hopefully he can still deliver the goods. As Inacio finds Jaloka. Out to the left, it's a poor ball. And when Tariq Lamptey's winning headers, you know you're going to have a tough day. As City work down the right, Kaiser into Haaland, completely unmarked in the box. Good recover from Bassone. Back to the edge to Kaiser again. Wide to Lamptey on the right, the sub. To the byline he goes, into the back post. Good header away Frimpong. As far as Bremner. Inside to Pedersen. It's all City again. They're controlling the game. Inacio heads clear though. Sancho to Fernandes. Can we get that one counter? Over to Mbappe. No idea if he's onside. I hope so because he scored it. But we're going to VAR again. Please let this stand. Paul Tierney waits. The goal is disallowed again. 5 to go. We're going to go attacking. We're going to chase the game. As Bassone gets it to Inacio. 2 minutes to go. Agumbi out to the right. Yakubu's there. There's 3 in the middle. Cuts back to Fernandes. In the box. That's got to be a penalty. Didn't get the ball. Brought his man down. And surely gives Bruno Fernandes the chance to get a late leveller. I cannot see how this isn't given. Penalty awarded. Bruno Fernandes saved the day. A point would be a fabulous result here. Up he steps right-footed, the skipper. Scored one last week and scores one this week. 89th minute at the City of Manchester Stadium. It is 1-1 and if we can cling on for that, I'm a very happy man. I'm just going to change the fullbacks to defensive duties so we don't leave our centre-halves isolated. And I'm also going to drop a Gumby to a defensive duty. Just try and see this game out. We've got a big week ahead and it'd be a good start with a point. Well, what a game. Expected goals, 3 to 2.5. A couple of offside goals. Tons of missed chances from the best 2 strikers in world football. But in the end, we get a really good point. And interestingly here, the expected goals, I've not noticed this before. Top left, 2.5 for us. Over here, 1.6. Explain that to me. We go to the dressing room though. We say it's a really good result. I'm happy with that. They've been champions 4 years in a row. Now let's back it up in the League Cup against Arsenal. Attention turns to the Carabao Cup for our second game then. It's the same opponents we play in a league in 3 days' time, and we take a gamble. We rotate almost the whole team. We see the return of Ben White against his former club on the bench. We see a few of the first teamers in, but Bruno Fernandes, Kylian Mbappe, complete rest from the squad. The starting 11 is Dahlberg in goal, Erdogan and Frimpong the fullbacks with Bassone and Bordenelli centre half. Johnny and Jalocka in the middle, Cherky getting a first start in attacking midfield, and then Tzolis and Voloshin either side of Rashford, who's got a lot of pressure to score goals today. Had a great start in the Europa Conference. We know this is a gamble, but we've got to be in that top 4 race, and the game at the weekend, much more important. 10 changes for us, only 5 for Arsenal, which I find a little surprising. So perhaps we have got a chance. It's Bassone who keeps his place at centre-half for our team. That's just because of the injuries we've got back there. But if we can get a result here, I'm looking at this season with the League Cup and thinking, I think we're almost shoo-ins to win the Europa Conference, lest we get really unlucky. So my job now is to make sure we win that and get in the top 4. The rest of it is a bonus. As much as I love the FA Cup, as much as I like the League Cup, we'll see. It isn't the priority. As Odegaard to Tomiyasu. Bit of an original feel there. 10th season, and they've still got them two and Saka out on the right. Back into Sergej Milinkovic-Savic. Into his centre-half. Aronson to Saka to Tomiyasu. It's great football from Arsenal, and Odegaard's in. I was about to say, where on earth has Dahlberg gone? He ran off to his left post and left the other side free, but thankfully he manages to recover as Jalocka picks it up in the middle to Johnny. Through ball towards Voloshin. It's brilliant football. That on the counter. Voloshin right side of the box. Backed again. It's just under hit. Luis Diaz gets there. Bassone wins the header though. Johnny to Jalocka. Headed away as far as Saka. And Milinkovic-Savic keeps it at the back. It's been a very high-end start with both teams trying to counter at speed. Tomiyasu at right back has it. Long highlight this. Milinkovic-Savic to him again. Tomiyasu forced backwards. Why are we seeing all of this? It's got to lead to something. Aronson up. Jalocka intercepts. Bassone picks it up in the middle. I'm going to drop to balanced again. Just try and get into this game as Rashford turns his defender. Gets towards the left wing. Cuts inside to Tzolis. Inside to Cherky. The man who I derided the signing of on deadline day. I basically took the mick out of the director of football for bringing in this player. And I tell you what, if he sends us on a run in the League Cup, I'm not going to complain because every trophy counts here. And this, don't forget, is the only one we've won at the top level with Palace. As Johnny picks it up in the centre circle. White to Voloshin, it's under hit. Tierney up to Haggerty, who's unmarked. Gives it to Saka. Through ball to Aronson. That's a wonderful goal. Superb counter-attacking stuff from Arsenal. It's incisive, it's ruthless, and it's been one hell of a start. This could be one of those crazy games. 10 gone, 1-1. Well, a quarter of the game gone, and we're back with Bassone in defence. Passes it forward this time to Frimpong. He's got space to run into. Goes to halfway, loses it to Luis Diaz. Not good enough, really. Diaz inside to Aronson. Arsenal look like they can get in behind at will. Odegaard with a brilliant ball. That is stunning football. But Haggerty puts his shot wide and we survive it. Well, 27 minutes on the clock and Arsenal playing out from the back again, keeping possession beautifully. But a lot of passes back to the keeper as Jalocka intercepts Tzolis. Big ball forward to Voloshin. Almost a punt. But what a finish that is. The two signings I've probably been most critical of this summer in terms of waste of money and lack of competitiveness in our squad. And they've both scored brilliant goals so far. Half an hour gone, we lead 2-1. We don't deserve it, but we will certainly take it. And with a quiet end to the half, we maintain that 2-1 lead. We're going to tell the lads to keep it up. This game isn't about playing well. It's about rotating the squad, resting the stars. And if we can get through, then that's fantastic. As Erdegaard, big ball over the top to Haggerty. What on earth was Bordenelli doing there? Dahlberg makes a great save, but Arsenal still very much on top. As Dahlberg plays a big kick forward to Tzolis, who loses out to Demiral. Milinkovic-Savic to Haggerty. Had a good game in open play, but not yet provided that finishing touch. Luis Diaz out to Tierney. Diaz again getting in behind. To the byline he goes. Cuts back to Tierney again. And Dahlberg. He's made a couple of good saves today, but he has let the most feeble looking shot through him. And Arsenal are back on terms. They deserve it too. As we approach the hour mark, Voloshin's got it on the right with a cross to Debo, who we've had in the head coach before, I think at Barcelona a couple of years ago. Gets it clear as far as Bordenelli. He goes wide to Erdogan. Got support down the line from Tzolis. There's 2 or 3 in the middle. Rashford, one of them, unmarked. It's a good save from Bursic over the bar. In fact, he didn't get a touch on it. Goal kick given. 25 minutes to go. We've got a free kick just inside the Arsenal half, and it's into Johnny. There's lots of space here. Tazoli's through one-on-one. That is terrible from Arsenal. Done by the quick free kick. We get in behind. We score yet again. And I'm now going to make a couple of changes. Basone is absolutely knackered, so we'll bring on a Gumby. I'm also going to take off Shirky, who wasn't fully fit. And what we'll do there is put Thompson on. Tazoli's in the middle, Voloshin on the left. I've done that in Europe a couple of times. Let's hope we can hang on, because if we can, this is a fabulous result and a great win in the Cup. As we've got a free kick with a Gumby to sub. Should make us a bit better on the ball, having a natural midfielder at centre-half, but neither of our centre-halves are actual central defenders now, which might be an issue. Thompson's got pace on the break, though, and against his international teammate in Kieran Tierney, he has forced a second yellow card. He's forced a late challenge, and Arsenal's red card woes continue in FM, and surely that's going to be enough to get us over the line now. I'm just going to make a sub in the middle to freshen things up. Jalocca off. We'll bring on Amponza. He will play alongside Johnny as the box-to-box. In fact, we'll play him in the centre mid-role just to rest him a little bit. Well, 4 minutes of stoppage time to be played. We're in the second of them. Amponza gives it to Bordenelli and a Gumby, keeping the ball well. Out to the right-hand side to Thompson. Support down the line. Goes inside to Johnny instead. Thompson released. He's been a great super sub here into Rashford. Great save Bursic again. Corner kick. I think that's it. What a win this is going to be in the League Cup. 5 seconds to go. We've got the corner. It can't go wrong here, surely. This has been fantastic. Not a vintage performance, but we've rested the whole 11 and we've managed to get the win against one of the top sides in the country. I'm absolutely thrilled. We keep the unbeaten record going. We're into the next round of the Carabao Cup. We've got to do it all again in 3 days' time. Back at Old Trafford and still facing Arsenal. Well, just thought I'd stop off here very quickly. I don't think I need to explain it. The picture does it for us. It's going to be one hell of a challenge if we're going to win the Carabao Cup this year, isn't it? We certainly will have earned it. Well, good job we rested everyone, because only 2.5 days later, Saturday lunchtime, we're back. Let's get our 11 picked. It's going to be all change again. It's 3rd v 1st. Arsenal, I think the only team left with a perfect record. We're going to try and change that. If we win, we go top temporarily. And here we go, all change again. I think we're back to the exact same 11 we played in the first game away at City. Ben White's back on the bench just because Basone might struggle to make it through. And I've gone back to the keeper, now we're 9 subs. But into the game we go, same lineup for the Premier League. Hopefully, a positive result, at least stay unbeaten. That's the aim here. Well, 10 changes for us again, 5 changes for Arsenal again. Let's see who comes out on top. We should have the fitness advantage having made double the changes. Let's see if that pays off later in the game. As Arsenal are playing out from the back immediately with Aaron Ramsdale. Demaral gets it from his centre-half partner. It's back into the keeper again. Arsenal insistent on playing out from the back, but we're pressing high. It's forced to hoof forward, but Saka gets there first. Arsenal are way down the right-hand side. Pavati's working back, the new left fullback. Back to Tomiyasu though. Here's a Gume in the middle, someone we didn't see in midweek. Milinkovic-Savic we did. But Arsenal still in possession, still making us run after it. And our high press might get caught out. It might level out the fitness as Erdegaard releases Tomiyasu. 3 in the middle. We've got to be careful. Milinkovic-Savic up. It's over the bar. 4 minutes gone. First early warning sign from Arsenal. Well, half an hour gone. We've dominated the stats, but not seen much of this game. Probably needed after the last 2. As Basone charges out of defence to Bruno Fernandes on the right. Back to Yakubu. Shots blocked. We haven't really been able to get him in his threat in the air, have we? Like we did in previous games. Against Leicester, where he was scoring a hat-trick of headers. As Luis Diaz making a great run there. Gaia mops up beautifully. We just want to get one of those back post crosses in. That's what we're missing at the minute. As Meslier out to Basone. And now Hannibal. To Inacio. Good football so far. Don't want to get caught at the back though. As Amponza back to goal. Finds Basone. Plays long down the right-hand side. Yakubu wins that one. Fernandes to Mbappe. Goes alone down the right. The week off's done him the world of good. He gets to the byline. Back to Amponza. Mbappe again. Into Sancho. The header's in. We're going to VAR. I saw nothing wrong with that. I didn't see an offside. So unless it's a foul. No, they're saying was it offside? Definitely not. I'm confident this will stand. And if it does, we've got to ask, are we title favourites? If we can get a draw at City and a win against Arsenal, it starts to look very, very positive. Tomiyasu with a throw on the right. The goal does stand. And United lead. We're currently top of the table. How did they finish 6th last year, honestly? Guyan gets it as centre-half again. Playing good football are Arsenal, but no cutting edge as of yet, and not really many great chances. I'm sure they'll go and score now, I've said that. As Demaral. Keeping possession, but again, give it away when they've got to play the cutting pass. And Hannibal gets away down the left. Oh, I thought that was a foul. He went to ground. It was a risk on a yellow from a Agume. Referee turns a blind eye. Doesn't want to send someone off. Though Hannibal's nicked it off the centre-half. Goes alone. Great save, Ramsdale. Gotta say, the pressing's working. And if we've got that fitness advantage, it should last the 92. As Bruno Fernandes delivers the corner. Inacio's up at the back post. But he doesn't get enough on it. It's over the bar. Not enough direction and not enough power either. As Odegaard's got a free kick, Gaia heads away. Yakubu should get there first. He powers away down the right. All 6'6" of that frame. And he finds Amponza up to Mbappe. Find your shooting boots today. And he absolutely does. We go to VAR. Again, I'm pretty sure it was onside this. Darren England waits. The goal is awarded. Oh, I'm going to enjoy this stint, aren't I? It's going to be like Tottenham last year. But United, dominant and on top. 2-0. The gamble in the week has worked. And if we keep that defensive strength, not going to matter what Arsenal do. Well, Bukayo Saka, the first one forced off at half-time due to fitness issues. As a big looping cross comes in. And Ashio heads away to Tomiyasu and now Agume. Probably should have been sent off in the first half. As it's through again. What's the keeper doing? The rebound's in from Richarlison, but the keeper was standing on his post. If he'd have been in the middle of his goal, he would have just caught that first shot. And we've given Arsenal a lifeline. This happens so much at 2-0 in this year's game. You're almost guaranteed not to win if you're 2-0 up at half-time. And Guy has made a mistake at the back here. Odegaard gets it to the edge of the box. It's cleared away as far as Agume. It's all Arsenal now. It so often happens at 2-0. Tomiyasu to the byline, into the front post. Great challenge, Bassone. Let's make a change. Hannibal in the middle, struggling a little bit. I'm going to bring on Johnny alongside Amponza. Hopefully that will make a difference. 20 minutes to go. Mbappe's been fouled. We didn't see anything in the build-up though. It's a free kick in a dangerous position. Bruno Fernandes off the woodwork. Ramsdale gets a fingertip to it. Odegaard clears away. I'm going to make another change and this is controversial. I'm going to take off Bruno Fernandes and I'm going to bring on, probably to most people's surprise, Ben White, but not as a centre-half. I'm going to drop him in as an anchorman there. Just try and get in on the number 10. And hopefully that will allow us to control the game a bit more. 15 left. And with Mbappe returning from injury, we've probably got to look at him in a minute too. As Johnny finds Ben White up towards Mbappe. It's worked so far in calming the game down. And Ponza back to Inacio. Good football from United. And Ben White can go back again. We've just got that little pivot, which means we can keep the ball. Johnny plays right to Yakubu. Cuts inside with the ball. He's running at the defence. They're petrified of him. But it's comfortably over. I'm going to take Mbappe off now for Marcus Rashford. Hopefully his experience can see it out. We do deserve to win on the balance of play. I think 2-1 would be a fair scoreline. We're going to drop to balanced as we head into stoppage time. 5 minutes to cling on. And we're going to do it. Who would have taken 2 wins and a draw out of that? Through in the cup, unbeaten in the league. Almost the perfect episode. Let's see what the league table's like and then when we're going to be back. Well, there we go. Ignore that most of the other teams have got a game in hand. We are top of the Premier League. We're top of our Europa Conference group and we're through in the League Cup. The perfect episode. A wonderful display. Let's have a look at the schedule. We know what game we're going to be back for. It's just what we can fit around it. Our former club, Crystal Palace, the 10th of November. We might even show a Europa Conference one just to see a battering because it is just before the international break and I don't really want to have the 2-week gap. So if you did enjoy a rare triple header today, before we return to our former club in the next episode, please do put a thumbs up on it. Surely that strengthened our credentials, playing 2 of the sides right at the top with us and getting 2 wins and a draw in a week. It's a fabulous effort from the whole squad. And so far that deadline day work is looking like a masterstroke from John Murtow. If you want to stay up to date and see how the rest of the season goes, subscribe down below and turn that notification bell on. All the playlists and the other channels up in the eye above. But just above my head now, you'll be able to see the new review, the 92, talking about Salford's Peninsula Stadium. Please do give that a try. A massive thank you for watching. I'll see you again for the next one, a reunion with former club Crystal Palace.